Hi everyone, it's Jay from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today for the Stamp Around UK video hop with the theme of fancy folds. So today I'll be recreating a fancy gatefold card using the Timeless Arrangements bundle. So that's with the stamp set and the dies. I'll be pairing that with the Embossing Folder from the Basics 3D pack, which is an online exclusive. Using Memento ink pad and Pool Party, I'll also be coloring with Stampin Blends natural tones, and the paper that I'll be using is the delightfully eclectic DSP. I have Coastal Cabana soft sea foam, scrap piece of lemon lime twist, granny apple green, and Pool Party, and also basic white for stamping. So I'm gonna do some stamping first in Memento. So with the three floral images from the Timeless Arrangement, I'm just gonna ink that up in Memento and stamp that on basic white, and I'll do that twice. I'll also stamp the sentiment thank you on one of the edge, so I can die cut that later on. And I'll be coloring with 100, 200, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. So that is the deep combo, the medium light combo, natural tones, and the light combo. So I'm just gonna do some quick coloring with, we'll start off with the light 1000. So I'm just gonna fill that in the flower really quickly. So block coloring will add a bit of shading or line shading with the 900. So following the line drawing, and don't forget the leaves as well. We'll move on to the 800 and 700. So I'll go in with the 700 first. We'll do a bit of blending with these. So from the stem, just add the 700 and then introduce the 800 on the outer edges and blend that in slightly. So going over some parts of the already colored areas to just blend that in. So it goes lighter as it hits the tip of each leaves. And then finally we have the 200 and 100. I'm going to add small dots around the circular drawing. I don't really know what these are, but they look pretty. And those dots will just be my shading to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. And then go back in with the lighter shade, which is 200, and fill in the rest. So do take your time just so you don't go over the line. It's quite a dark color, so I'm sure it's a little forgiving if you do go over the lines, but you can just do block coloring if preferred. So these have got coordinating dies from the bundle, so I will just easily cut it. And also for the sentiment, that's gonna get cut with the die, so make sure that that is placed on. And there's a tiny hole at the bottom, so just make sure that you can see the stem along the base to make sure that that is in place, and also get your sentiment straight along the die. And then do the same for the other ones. Once you have your die cutting machine, also die cut the same label die in lemon lime twist, in granny apple green, 2 of the flourish of that one, and one of the smaller flourish, also in basic white, the larger label die. We're also gonna emboss the Coastal Cabana with the basic 3D embossing folder. So just line that up. Now the measurement of that card, it's slightly wider or bigger than what I need it to be. So then I can cut it to size when I adhere that to the card. There you go, I've die cut and embossed my elements. We're just gonna cut into that layer. So I want this at 3/3/8 of an inch by 4/5/8 of an inch. So my soft seafoam cardstock is 3/3/4 of an inch by 10 inches, scored and folded at 5 inches. So that one will have a nice border around. For the Delightfully Eclectic DSP, that measures 12 inches by 5¼ and we're just going to score at 3/4 of an inch, 2 inches, and 4 inches, and do that on the other side. So I've scored on the right hand side, turned it over, and do the same scoring with the same measurements. So that is 3/4 of an inch, 2 inches, and 4 inches. I've also marked from the base or on the side at 1/3/4 of an inch and 3½. Do the same on the other end, 1/3/4 of an inch and 3½ inches. Before we fold the score lines, we're going to cut from the third score line to the top mark. So whatever is, so the top edge to the top mark, the bottom edge from the third score line to the bottom mark on the side. So we are just gonna line that up. If it's easier, you can fold your third score line or mark it so you can see where you need to align your paper DSP along the track, the cutting track. So I'm lining that up and cutting, lining the top and cut through. So you'll have offcuts, and I'll share with you a card design using those offcuts, or you can use it to decorate the inside of your 10th fold card. So do the other mark. Oh, I just move that. And cut. Turn it over and do the same on the other end. So line up the mark along the third score line and cut. And then last one, score line to the mark. I think it moved. It slightly moved, but that's fine. So just fold and burnish the score line from the left, and we're gonna go valley, mountain, and then valley, and then reverse that on the other side. So it's valley, mountain, valley. So you have the encasing for the 10-fold card. Now we're just going to construct our card. So burnish the score line on your 10-fold card. We're going to adhere this embossed layer in the center. Before we do that though, I'm going to add magnets. So this is going to help. So it's quite a small magnet. You can use a mini glue dot to add that on. And I'm just gonna eyeball it, but I want it in the center. That looks all right. And this layer is just gonna get added on straight. So it should have a nice border around. Turn it over and just make sure that it's adhered. So that is gonna get added on straight inside. And that should fit with a nice border, again the same size border. And we're gonna close that up. You can create a belly band instead, but I wanted to try the magnet for this particular card. So I'm just gonna cut a banner, just have it at a nice angle. We're gonna adhere some gingham ribbon as well. So add mini glue dot and then add your gingham ribbon. And we're going to construct our topper. So I'm gonna have that straight in the middle. Before I add that on, we're gonna add the other magnet. Centrally. And add our topper with dimensional. So we're just gonna add dimensional in there. Have that straight. I forgot some stamping, so we're just gonna stamp Pool Party with the other flower design. So try and do this before you stick it down, but it's fine. So now that's done, I'm going to cut my lemon lime twist in half and add that at the back of the sentiment. So just line that up. And do the same for the other side on the top. And before we adhere that there, we're gonna add the decoration. So with a bit of flourish underneath and then along the top as well. But to change the look of it, you can cut into your flourish and add that one. So just continue building your topper. We're independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium, or Ireland, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up! Products from our online shop. Add these flourishes. So again, just build up layers, adding different elements on the top right and bottom left. We're just gonna add some linen thread, create a bow, and add that using some more mini glue dots. And finally add the topper with some more dimensionals. And then finish up with the glossy dot assortment in a couple of places. So there we go, the topper is now finished. So when the card is open, you can add that in the center, and when you're giving away or having it closed to go in the envelope, it keeps the card closed as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Here's another version with the belly band. So I added the belly band, and that is pretty much the same on the inside, but this one goes in and it can be displayed at an angle and it still will stand up and have the topper in the center. And another version is with the Earth and Elegance DSP. So again, that one with the belly band. And if you'd like to see how this one was made, we do have a video in our channel for that. And for the offcuts, you can either add that on the inside as mentioned earlier, so you can just have that either like so or like that, so you don't have to cut the DSP. Or you can have it as a 5x5 square card using the same bundle and decorations. And here is the other version using Earthen Elegance as well. Again, we have a video for these two cards, so check that out on our channel. Check out the description below for the product links, as well as the next video link in the Stamp Around UK hub. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!